If all NATO troops on the eastern flank marched together in a column, they would form up a line that would stretch up to 1,000 kilometers, which is more than the distance from Kyiv to Warsaw. If all NATO aircrafts that are participating in the exercise would flee together, they would form up a cloud that would be seen from outer space. And if all NATO ships that are participating in the exercise would set up to sail together, they would form a fleet that is bigger than the fleet of any countries in the world. Tune in to War is Algebra. I am Daniel Salem.
In a world where the fate of an entire continent teeters on the brink of uncertainty, Ukraine emerges as the unassuming guardian of Europe's destiny. The future of the European continent now hangs in the balance, swaying on the outcome of a struggle so significant it transcends the borders. The enemy, Russia, a terrorist nation that has swept into Ukrainian territory. Leaving destruction and despair in its wake. But these soldiers are the beacon of hope, the warriors that refuse to bow to the darkness. As Ukrainian soldiers stand strong in the face of an aggressive adversary, Europe witnesses a defining moment. It is a moment where the unthinkable becomes the imperative, where the impossible transforms into the necessary.
I think Ukrainian military is doing a great job. They really fighting hard. We admire their heroism and what they do. This situation, it is very hard. It's not like action movie. It takes months, it takes time, and it is really tough. And also, I believe that it's not only about how much ground you liberate. It's also about what's going to be your shape after you finish, because what we see on the Russian side is we see the preparations for the long-term conflict.
Russia's terroristic government, driven by its aggressive ambitions, seems to prioritize its geopolitical goals over the welfare of its own people. Ukraine serves as a vital shield against Russia's aggressive ambitions, and countries like Czech Republic understand it well.
It wasn't so clearly articulated before. Now it's recognized widely, it's politically accepted, and we understand and we say it aloud and write it in our strategy that Russia is a direct threat to us, and we need to prepare for that threat. So that's also one of the lessons.
In the hallowed halls of memory, the Czech Republic stands as a witness to history's harsh lessons. A nation that knows the face of an aggressor all too well, for they remember who the Russians are.
I am a person who lived more than 16 years under totalitarian conditions and knows what it means. Ukraine, undoubtedly, has the right to freely decide where it wants to belong, and if it wants to be on the side of the West, then everyone should do everything to ensure that no one interferes with this. So, personally for me, it means that the Czech Republic belongs to those civilized countries, and due to our historical experience, we have a moral duty to help Ukraine. Because in Ukraine, they are not only fighting for Ukraine, they are fighting for all of us, including the Czech Republic.
The Russian Federation, it's an aggressor country that Europe must confront. It's not just a regional concern, it's a challenge that reaches far beyond borders. It's a stark reminder that the civilized world must unite to restrain an adversary. The Minister of Defense of the Czech Republic, Jana Černochová, consistently reminds the world of this, for she knows firsthand who the Russian barbarians are.
kromě toho, že my jim jsme schopni
In addition to what we can provide to Ukraine, Ukrainians, in turn, provide us with the necessary information from the battlefield so that we can adapt some of our strategic thinking and military
a
plans.
vojenské plány.
Watch this! On this training ground, a crucial message is being sent, a united front against a common enemy. As the soldiers from Ukraine and the Czech Republic train together, the world learns from Ukraine how to defend its homeland.
As this is already the 5th visit, and we have experience in such training. Fighters with frontline experience always come. They will pass on their experiences to us. They will share their life after death, talk, help, and they will also be Soviet raiders. And some specific target elements are taken care of in the Czech army. Czech instructors are professional military personnel from mechanized battalions. They are trained by clan leaders and commanders of the Czech Defense Forces. In a mutually beneficial arrangement, clan leaders instruct soldiers during their service. Officers with about 10 years of service, these are clan commanders, captains, commander.
Therefore, the training of the Ukrainian military takes place here, which in turn brings their experience of real war to the NATO fighters. Precision is their creed, and they are the shadows that strike fear into the hearts of their enemies. Sniper training, where patience is a weapon and precision is a creed. The art of precision unfolds on the sniper range. Ukrainian snipers, guided by their NATO comrades, sharpen their marksmanship. Every breath, every heartbeat is a part of the symphony of that one perfect shot. The enemy won't see us coming, but they will feel our presence. Medical care becomes a crucial skill in the field. Ukrainian soldiers are trained to become not only warriors but also lifesavers. When every second counts, their hands become the instrument of salvation. They are the difference between life and loss.
Golden hour means that within an hour, when the soldier needs to be in a hospital, it's best for them because time is life, and we are training them to quickly do the primary surgery or something like that, primary assessment, and then quickly transport them somewhere where they can help them.
This training ground isn't just about military preparedness. It's a beacon of hope, a powerful message to the world.
It's important to say that 2 points. First of all, that we have this sad history that in 1968 the Russians came, the Soviet occupation, so we know what is when the brother from East is coming, it's first, and secondly that we are journalists and documentarists, so we know that it's necessary from our witnesses that it's necessary to say no to the devil.
Martin, representing the Czech non-profit organization Postbellum, spearheaded the Find Rising campaign for Ukraine. It's truly remarkable how they can unmistakably distinguish the true adversary for all, Russia. This is why they stand alongside Ukraine, determined to overcome the adversary together, for they are learning from a harrowing example.
That we clearly identify Russia. If the Ukrainians didn't resist, if we didn't support it, if we don't stop the Russia in this behavior, that would be very bad news for countries like us, because the result of this conflict will shape the behavior in international relations for the long time, and we don't want to have world order based on who is stronger can do whatever they want, to weakers, and we have this historical experience.
Ukraine, the shield of Europe, stands resolute in the face of adversity, with the world at her side. This is a message to the world. We stand united against the common enemy, and we'll fight to preserve our shared values of freedom. These drills are not just about tactics. They signify the unbreakable bond between nations that stand against aggression and tyranny. nations that refuse to let their values be trampled upon.
"31 NATO countries, together with Sweden, will take part in the largest military exercise since Cold War in 2024. More than 40,000 soldiers will take part of them. We will work out how to repeal Russian aggression in event of attack of one of the alliance members. War is algebra." See you in the next episode.